everything on the line to fight for you. I didn't have to be here. I could be in a beautiful beach. I could be in a gorgeous beach somewhere.
Question, you all know anybody who doesn't know how tariffs work? All right, I'll give you a hint. That other guy.
And it's bull. It's bull.
I think he's ever run a company where you have to go deal with the fundamental basis of your business. He has no clue. And the worst part is, he doesn't care.
Most of the things they sell could go up by 60%. And unfortunately, when you raise your prices, again, the Grinch doesn't understand how economics work.
Once upon a time, in a land of big bucks and even bigger egos, two billionaires became besties. Their names? Mark Cuban and Donald Trump. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. But faster than you can say you're fired, their bromance went belly up. Now Cuban's got a bone to pick with the Donald, and boy oh boy is he picking it. Remember when Mark Cuban was drooling over Trump like a kid in a candy store? Yeah, those were the days. Our billionaire buddy thought the Donald was gonna waltz into Washington and shake things up like a giant orange snow globe. Boy, was he in for a surprise. At first, Cuban was all Trump this and Trump that, thinking they were two peas in a gold-plated pod. But then, something funny happened on the way to the White House. Cuban started digging into Trump's business deals, and let's just say it wasn't exactly a treasure hunt.
Get all that right. So here's kind of the angle I was looking at tariffs on. I've known Donald Trump 25 years. He used to be okay on trade policy, but over the last 25 years, he's just lost it.
Uh-oh, something smells fishier than a month-old tuna sandwich. Cuban, being the curious cat he is, tried to chat with Trump about serious stuff. You know, boring things like the economy, foreign policy, and how to actually run a country. But Trump, he was too busy bragging about his hair and how it defies the laws of physics. It was like trying to discuss quantum mechanics with a toddler who just discovered their belly button. Our Shark Tank sharks started to realize that Trump wasn't exactly a policy wizard. In fact, he probably couldn't spell policy if you spotted him the P-O-L-I-C.
You don't think of Donald Trump and say, that was really nuanced in what he had to say about this position or his policy. You don't hear him talk in depth about policies at all.
Cuban's face probably looked like he'd eaten a whole lemon orchard when he finally figured out Trump's true colors. Spoiler alert, they weren't red, white, and blue. But here's the kicker, folks. The real reason Cuban's madder than a wet hen at Trump. It's not because Trump stole his favorite gold-plated toilet seat or used his private jet without asking. Nope. It's all about the policies, baby. Turns out Cuban actually cares about stuff like healthcare, education, and not turning the economy into a dumpster fire. Who knew?
If Donald Trump is elected and he puts these 60% tariffs on Chinese products, they are all going up. All those things you buy.
So, how did Cuban go from Trump's biggest fanboy to his biggest headache? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because that's a story wilder than Trump's hair on a windy day. Our maverick billionaire is about to show us how to go from bromance to bro, you're insane faster than you can say kafif.
And so a lot of what I love doing is I love helping companies become successful, which is why this election is so important to me and to all of us.
All right, folks, it's time to watch Cuban transform from Trump's biggest fan to his worst nightmare. This isn't just about a few mean tweets. Cuban's on a full-blown crusade to stop the Orange Menace from getting back into the White House.
The job of presidency was investing in real estate, picking curtains and fixtures. He'd probably be the most qualified, but it's not. He's not a business person.
Question, you all know anybody who doesn't know how tariffs work? All right, I'll give you a hint. That other guy.
Now, you might be thinking, hey, isn't Cuban just another rich dude with too much time on his hands? Well, hold on to your wallets, because this billionaire's got more than just money. He's got a bone to pick with Trump's bonkers ideas. Cuban's not just sitting on his pile of cash and complaining. Nope, he's using that big brain of his, and let's be real, his even bigger bank account to poke more holes in Trump's plans than there are in a block of Swiss cheese. And he's not pulling any punches, folks. Cuban's calling Trump's ideas economic suicide. Ouch! That's gotta hurt more than a bad hair transplant.
Trump's plan is tariffs, which, you know,
Don't work.
he likens to, or Harris likens to a Trump sales tax.
But here's where it gets juicy. Our maverick billionaire isn't just trash-talking Trump, he's actually putting his money where his mouth is. Get this, Cuban's now backing Kamala Harris.
And I think Kamala Harris, that in those 13 weeks just to be tied, all things considered, she's been building trust.
Talk about a plot twist that'll make your head spin faster than Trump's excuses. So did Trump's great personality fool Cuban at first? Well, turns not even billionaires are immune to a bit of charm. Cuban admits Trump can be fun to hang out with, like that one friend who always gets you into trouble. But when it comes to running the country, Cuban's not mincing words. He says Trump was a lousy president and would be even worse if he got a second shot at the job.
I think he's ever run a company where you have to go deal with the fundamental basis of your business. He has no clue. And the worst part is, he doesn't care.
Cuban's not just worried about Trump's bad hair days anymore. He's sounding the alarm about Trump's crazy ideas, especially those nutty tariffs. Cuban says they could make stuff from China cost 60% more. Can you imagine paying that much extra for your new iPhone? Talk about a reason to panic. But here's the million-dollar question, or in Cuban's case, billion-dollar. What's his endgame in all this Trump bashing? Is he planning a White House run of his own? Or is he just trying to save us all from 4 more years of kufef and hamburgers?
I think the other problem in terms of election day, I think the bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left, lunatic.
Only time will tell, folks. But one thing's for sure, this billionaire bromance has turned into the political breakup of the century. Well, folks, it looks like our billionaire buddy Cuban has gone from Trump's biggest fan to his biggest pain in the you-know-what. Talk about a plot twist. Cuban's journey shows us that even the richest guys can sometimes get fooled by a smooth-talking politician. But hey, at least he figured it out before it was too late.
Trump just crushed it. And it's not just crushing people's Christmases. Those small companies that support communities.
Now, Cuban's using his fame and fortune to tell everyone about Trump's crazy ideas. He's not just tweeting mean things, he's actually backing other politicians like Kamala Harris.
Everything on the line to fight for you. I didn't have to be here. I could be in a beautiful beach. I could be in a gorgeous beach somewhere.
And have some work-life balance. And I don't think, he's never been in that situation. Not all those people started like Donald Trump with a silver spoon, right? These are people putting their life on the line.
That's like trading in your old broken down car for a shiny new model. Smart move, Cuban. So next time some politician tries to sell you a bridge to nowhere, remember, even billionaires can get tricked. But the real lesson here, it's never too late to admit you were wrong and do something about it. Cuban's gone from Trump fanboy to Trump's worst nightmare faster than you can say, you're fired.
Most of the things they sell could go up by 60%. And unfortunately, when you raise your prices, again, the Grinch doesn't understand how economics work.
Now that's what I call a true American success story.